In a move seen as significant amid heightened regional tensions, Saudi Arabia and nuclear-armed Pakistan have signed a formal defense pact. The Strategic Mutual Defense Agreement, which was signed during Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's state visit to Riyadh, has raised eyebrows over its wording. Here's what it says. Any aggression against either country shall be considered an aggression against both. The statement says this without naming any country. Now, Pakistan and Saudi Arabia have a defense relationship stretching back decades, in part due to Islamabad's willingness to defend the Islamic holy sites of Mecca and Medina in the kingdom. Now, Pakistani troops first traveled to Saudi Arabia in the late 1960s over concerns about Egypt's war in Yemen at that time. Those ties increased after Iran's 1979 Islamic Revolution and the kingdom's fears of a confrontation with Tehran. But what does this current deal actually mean for India? It's a NATO-style defense pact, and the wording of attack on one equals attack on both will be viewed in Islamabad as a major diplomatic victory. It will likely see the pact as a strategic deterrence against India. But experts and geopolitical analysts have said the agreement doesn't mean that Saudi Arabia would go to war with India for Pakistan. Wary of the optics surrounding the pact, Saudi Arabia was quick to actually delink it from its ties with India, which it said was more robust than it's ever been. And that's important to highlight here, that India and Saudi Arabia share deep economic and social-cultural ties. Saudi Arabia is the fourth largest trading partner of India. New Delhi is the second largest for Riyadh. And let's break that down in numbers. In financial year 2024-25, bilateral trade stood at $41.88 billion. On the other hand, you compare that to trade between Pakistan and Saudi Arabia, barely $3 to $4 billion. So you stack that up, $41.88 billion versus just about $3 to $4 billion. So it's unlikely that Saudi Arabia will go ahead and take on India in any way. As far as India's response is concerned, in a rather measured response, said it was aware of the development, adding it would study its implications for the country's security and for regional stability. But beyond India, the timing of the Saudi-Pakistan pact appears to carry a stronger message directed towards another country, Israel. The agreement came just days after an Israeli strike in Doha targeted Hamas leaders, an unprecedented escalation that unsettled the Arab world. Israel's expanding operations in Iran, Lebanon, Syria, Yemen and now Qatar have heightened fears of a widening conflict. The Doha strike, reportedly carried out with tacit US approval under Donald Trump, has further shaken Gulf Arab states' faith in Washington as their traditional security guarantor. Many in the region now worry about over-dependence on America amid shifting US priorities. Saudi Arabia, aware that Israel is the only nuclear-armed state in the Middle East, appears essentially to be leveraging Pakistan's nuclear status to project strength. The pact, therefore, is less about Pakistan and India and more about signaling unity within the Islamic bloc, as well as sending a warning shot to Israel, to its allies.